Is it live? Has it been lived? Hold on. Let me see. No, I don't want YouTube Premium. Is it live? Yes, we're live. Okay, cool. Hi, welcome. Today I thought I was gonna make an Undertale 1v1 game, so I thought I'd do it on a stream instead on GameMaker. So this is GameMaker. This is the software I'll be using. It's amazing. I recommend you get it if you want to make any kind of indie games. Great. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to make some souls like moving and stuff today. So that's what's gonna happen. Hello, welcome, Monkey Man. Yes, today I'll be doing that. So to start, no, I've already resized the box. I went ahead and made a game just from the homepage. Close project, yeah. I made a game called Undertale. That's what we have. So from here, hi Thunder. From here, this is where. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna be making our room. So in the GameMaker, you have several panels. It looks confusing, but it's actually not that bad. I'll go over what everything does really quick. This is the room manager. So anything that's in this box will most likely will 100% be in this tab here, this little list. We can add more layers kind of to this as often as we want. And yeah, that's the view tab. And then next we have the properties. This is where everything in the room is. So imagine this is a folder and you can put things from here into this folder. Hopefully that made sense. Yes, so folder, items here. This is where we can change stats of each item that we place in the room. And that's it for the properties menu, I guess. And then we have rooms. This is the properties tab for the room. If you could please not spam, that'd be great. This is the properties tab for the room. We can set the room's like width and height here. We can set kind of viewports. Viewports basically what the camera is going to capture. So let me show you what I mean by that. If we make this visible, this is what the game's no problem. This is what the game's currently going to capture. This kind of box. So if I push play on this game right now, you're going to see this. This is the screen it's capturing from this little display here. It's not very interesting because it's literally just a black box. It's not that, yeah. We're just gonna turn it off because we don't really need to do anything with the viewports today since we're just doing soul stuff. Okay, so then you can edit some other stats, but we don't really need to mess with any of that right now. And that's it for that. Down here we have the console, the output, sorry. This will tell us what's happening with our game. So if we run the game, it'll start compiling down here and tell us what's happening in case something crashes or breaks. We'll know what breaks. Then we can close the game and it says the run program complete. Cool. Next we have the assets, this bar over here, the assets bar. This is the most helpful bar in all of GameMaker. It stores literally everything. It's nice and organized. It's well managed. But this is where you can create things, destroy things, and put them into rooms. Okay, and then we don't need to worry about that down there. Okay, so I'm just going to start, I believe, on the actual mechanics of it, and I'll walk you through as we're going. So we need a box, obviously. We need something. So today we're going to be doing a kind of box with a soul. We're going to be able to move the soul with a controller, actually, which I will set off camera. Actually, no, I'll do that here. So I have my controller, an Xbox controller connected, which I'll be using to control the character. Now, I'll set up the box. So as you know in Undertale, there's a box the soul's always in. The soul can't leave the box, and that's where all the attacks happen. I will do. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I just need to get some sores.
You're good.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Just tell the guy to stop, yeah. Okay. So this game to actually put something in this box, to do it, we're going to need something called an object. Objects can be created through the assets menu, and you can go to right click and click create, and go down to find object. This is basically what forms the game. Objects can do so many things. You can give them a texture, or sprite as they're called. You can name it, you can give it code. This is how you make games work. So I've created my object. I'm actually going to call this OBJ, short for object, battle box. Okay, so that's now called battle box, as you can see on the set browser. It's over there too. Cool. So if I were to just add a set box into the game, you'll see a little question mark kind of pop up. That's not... If I push play, let me show you. Pushing play, literally, it's just invisible. It has a question mark because there's no texture assigned to it, so nothing will pop up in the actual game. So what we can do is we can actually give it a texture by going to our sprites folder and right-click, create, and go down till we see sprite. Clicking sprite will give us this menu. This is the sprite page. This is where you can manage sprites. Sprites are textures for this. Super cool. Okay, I'm going to call this SPR, short for sprite, and then battle box. Enter. Cool. And then we can push edit image, and then we have this huge image editor with tons of features like colors, different sizes for the brush, shapes. It's pretty cool. So in Undertale, the actual box itself isn't it's not that complicated. It's literally just a box like this. It's literally just like a few lines. So, sorry. I'm going to be using a line tool and just going around the corners to... Nope, that's wrong. I'm going around the corners and just making a quick box out of white and black. There we go. The box, and we can X out the sprite battle box tab. I haven't streamed in a while. Okay, so then we're going to be... So if we added... So we have our texture, and if we go to our battle box and assign it that texture by clicking the no sprite button on our battle box page, clicking that and clicking sprites, sprite battle box, you'll see it will change to kind of this. And if we go back to our room, we do have a box. The only issue is if we want to resize it, you can tell it doesn't look great. It looks kind of wonky. So to fix that, we're gonna do something called 9 slicing. 9 slicing is a method of cutting a... Let me just show you. It's a way of cutting a cube into 9 slices and then editing it from there. This is the 9 slice editor. It has these little barricades, little like lines which show us where the 9 slices are occurring. And the 9 slices are 9 pieces, obviously. There's the edges, the corners, and the middle. This is amazing, like especially used for text boxes, and amazing for text boxes. So for this, we're gonna be using this to kind of scale our box to be able to look a lot nicer. So I'm gonna activate 9 slice, and then these little pink things represent sides. So since our little corner thing is just really tiny, I'm gonna make it look like this. With this done, this is a little preview window on the right. We can see what it looks like if we scale it. And as you can see, it looks a lot better. But I do believe it's still a little wonky because we have another setting on. But as you can see, it's not like squished anymore. It's like, it actually looks pretty good. Same happens when we, never mind, because I forgot to turn something on. So each thing by default, even if you have 9 slice on, it will still not stretch, still look poor. It's because you have to select each corner individually and give it a repeating texture. So if I go down to a selected slice, I can set it to left and set the highlight. No, not the highlight. I can set tile mode to repeat. This means it won't stretch and it just repeats that pattern. Okay, I haven't messed with 9 slice in a bit, so yeah. Okay, next we're going to go to top. We're just going to set each of them to repeat really quick. Right, repeat, and bottom repeat. Hello, welcome Scramble. Alright, with those all set, it's still wonky because I still forgot something. Hold on. Selecting each corner. Am I missing something? Hold on, give me a second. Let me just make sure. Actually, no, wait. It is right. It is right. I am just being dumb. So as you can see, it is working. That's wrong. It is working. As you can see, the box is the same shape regardless of where it is, regardless of size. And it's pretty cool. You can also rotate it if you want, but we're not gonna mess with rotation and stuff today. So cool, we have our box working, but hold on, let me make it a little bigger because it is quite tiny. And then for that, I'm just gonna edit the image and add a few lines. I'm gonna add I believe I'm gonna add, I think just lines around here. I'm going to this corner, moving up to, it's gonna make it a little thicker. There we go. And there we go. Okay, now it's a little bigger. It should look nicer. Yeah, perfect. There you go. It's still wonky because I missed something. Again. Okay, yeah. As you can see, guys, on here, it is wonky on the editor, too. When scaling this way and up and down. So, let me see. Oh, yeah, it's because I have to adjust the boundaries again. Since I made the walls thicker. Adjusting each of them again. Now it looks better. Going back to room 1. Yeah, it's perfect. This is exactly what we need for our battle box. Now, what is a battle box? When you have to do online class for your favorite streamer is live. Aw, thank you. I don't want you to be lonely, so I came. Aw, thank you. Hi, just one person seeing this direct. Nice. I'm happy as long as you guys are watching. Sad, yeah. Okay, so we're doing Undertale. Making a kind of Undertale game. Yes. So what's a battle box without a soul to actually control with? So that's what we'll be doing next. You're so tired. I am too. Yeah, I can agree. Hello, pickaxe. I fell asleep during class. I would pay attention to. Yeah. Try to get more sleep though. Question: Is the knife of gray super rare or legendary?
Oh, that's a Dungeons thing. I think it's dark yet darker, or super rare.
What?
Another game thing.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do the soul now for this. So we did the battle box. We talked about 9 slicing quite a bit. How you can make boxes, but they keep the same borders. So if we were to run our game now, you will see that nothing's different, but we have a box now that we can adjust for later. So the box is here. It's vibing. So if you don't know what Undertale is, it's kind of like a PvP game. No, it's like an action RPG. That's what I like to call it. So to make a soul, I do believe I'm gonna go to Create on the Sprites tab. Sprite. I'm gonna call it SPR Soul. Soul. I can't just call it soul because in the future, that's dark yet darker. Is insane or impossible, I think then. Pickaxe.
I have no idea.
Answer the questions. Answer. Soul move. I'm going to call it SPR soul move. No, I'm not. I'm going to call it SPR soul. Give me something. Like, what do I call the actual soul itself? SPR soul.
R for red.
No. Okay, no, hold on. Main soul. I'll be able to change the colors. Whatever I want. So, but yeah. So obviously this is not how big the Undertale soul is. This is going to be ridiculous size-wise. Live in 2 years. Oh, is that still a thing? Is that on our page? That was a test.
Did you do a dumb?
I may have done a dumb.
Let me see.
I'm really angry of trying this gray 5 times and nothing. It is a, yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, gray's rough.
So for the image, we're going to have to actually resize it since it's way too big. I think Undertale is 16 by 16 for the soul. Apply it, and now we have a much smaller canvas. I'm going to close you guys for just a second to get the soul image. Undertale. I want to get this as close as possible. Image. Okay. Let's see. It's one in Undertale soul. This will do. So, actually, no. Undertale is 32 by 32, I believe. Let me test. No, I think it actually is 16. That. that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5. I don't think that's right height. I'm just gonna go like as much as I can get. I'm gonna move this up a little bit because I feel like it's too high. What if I just connect it at the bottom here? Does that look Undertale Soul Pickaxe?
Yes. The middle's a bit off. Like the top.
This?
Yeah. That.
It's supposed to be like that.
Oh.
What if I...
Maybe it's just super zoomed in, and that's why. Oh, wait, Command Z it? The top of the two corners. One right. Maybe try painting there.
No, I'm trying to go like, look at this up here.
Yeah, try painting there.
That's what it, this is the actual soul though. Hold on. So I'm gonna do this. How does this look? That will actually not work. I think it's fine for now. It does look a little off. I know, I get what you mean. One, two, top, two, curve. Okay, we'll just do it this for now. So as you can clearly tell, this is not a red soul because we can color it later through the actual game, which is what we will do. Now going back to our instance layer, as you can see, we have a battle box in this instance layer. If I were to drag this onto the instance layer, first actually, I need to make an actual object for it. So on objects, I'm going to make an object called obj, short for object, main soul. I'm just going to name them the same thing so I know what they're paired to later on. Now, selecting the soul icon for it, and there we go. It looks off to me. Okay, so we're going to use same thing as like that, visible on, solid not on, because we can do some custom collision. Which I'll talk about whenever we actually get into the movement for the soul itself. Okay, so we have our box and we have our soul. If we drag the main soul onto here, we have a soul there. Yay! Okay, Undertale game done. Thanks you guys for watching. Bye. I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna make a new layer for this. Give me 3 seconds. Delete this layer. So in the layers tab, you can create a new kind of like level to the folders like we talked about at the beginning of the stream. Oh, I should probably bring chat back up. Hi chat, sorry you were muted. Scroll number when I saw it. One question. Yep, go ahead. Background layer. Instance on it. Do you miss your old bedroom? No. No, this one's so much better. We actually have space now. Instance dot. Nope, not sticky keys. Okay, instance dot background layer. We're gonna do this to instance underscore middle layer. Middle layer. Here we go. With our middle layer, we can now drag our soul object here, and we can scale it, but you know, it's not really what we're gonna be doing. So if we were to run this now, you can see we do have a soul, but literally nothing works. We can't do anything. It's just this screen with soul object. It's not very interesting. Hold on. Oh, chat's very backed up for me. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, we have this little empty space. We're gonna actually make this work now. But first, let me make this a little bigger. Because, oh wow, that's zoomed out. I'm gonna make this a slight bit bigger. It's too tiny. That's not much better. Do it again. Dot. Okay. Yeah, that's better. So now we have a soul. So basic collision is normally it check. So I mean the base collision you can use as if there's a wall next 1 pixel away from whatever direction you're moving. So if I were to be moving on this wall and going over, hitting the wall, the game would stop me moving. and I can only move up or down from there. I'm basically going to do the inverted of that. If there's a free space away from this wall, don't move. Because it's going to be frozen here. Because we want the soul to be in the box instead of outside of the box. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Okay, so from here we're going to go open up our object and actually get to some typing. I'm going to go to add event. This is where all the events happen. I'm going to go to add event, create event. This is like where you can the create event is assigning all your variables. It's where you handle all like settings for your whatever object it is. So for this, it says description. I'm going to set the description for this. I'm just going to set it setting variables. There we go. So with that's done, we have our variables, and we're going to start setting those. Variables can be set through two methods. Either you can either do var test variable equals true, or you could just do test variable equals true. The difference between these two is var means it's a local variable, which means it only applies to this section of code. Everything down will have this variable able to use. And the other one, without the var in front of it, is a global variable. Anything in this code can use the global variables. So for stats like speed, we're going to be using just the global variables from here. So the first global variable I'm going to set is move speed equals 5. So I'm setting the move speed for the actual character to use later on. How many pixels I'll move in in any direction. Next. What do you mean, Sark? I think I will of a normal Undertale game. Great job reaching 800 subs, buddy. Thank you! We're close to 1,000! It's so exciting. All of it is. Okay. So with the variable move speed, we're going to go to a step event. A step event is every frame of the game. What do I mean by that? So like frames per second. So like if a game has 60 FPS, that's 60 frames per second in the game. So this means this line of code will run every 60 seconds. Every 60 for every frame. So if I were to if I could print the current frame, it'd be like 1, 2 up until the max frame count for the game, then go back to 1. This is where we can actually handle all of our movement. I'm going to start this off by just using basic Wsd Input, because I absolutely do not remember how to do controller input. So with that, let's start. So to actually get the character to move, we're going to need to get the inputs. To get the inputs, I'm going to do var a down. So we're going to know if it's, let's do w down just first. W down equals, and I believe it's keyboard, no, it's keyboard, check. There we go. From this checks the keyboard for whatever we want. Keyboard check, and we're going to do ORD. I'm actually not sure what ORD means, but I will say it's used to get direct inputs. So normally in GameMaker you have to do, if you want to check without ORD, it's keyboard check, where is it? VK space. So instead of using VK space, I can just use direct keys, so I can set them later if I want. Okay, with W down, I'm just going to copy and paste this 4 times because we have 4 inputs. WA, var A down, S down, D down. Hand still hurts after hitting on a doorknob. Ouch. That sucks. I hope it gets better though. It always hurts. All right. So with all these assigned, the game's trying to tell us that it's only referred in the actual line of code once, because like this is the only place we're referencing this line of code, the keyboard check, to make sure we're using input. To do this, we can set two more variables for movement. Var current speed. TBC means to be continue. To be continued. No, no, you found out. Where's pickaxe and TBC? I am TBC. Pickaxe is behind me. Next variable we're gonna put is var to get actual movement. X, not X, because that's a horizontal HM, and HM is gonna be basically mean horizontal movement. So we're gonna do the same with VM, vertical movement. Horizontal movement is left and right, and vertical movement is up and down. Let's do some more checks. So now that the game, basically, whenever we get this variable, W down or any of them, it checks if the key's down. It'll tell us if that key's down. So it'll tell us if W's down anytime we reference this. Let me give you an example. If W down equals true, then, sorry, not then, because that's not in GameMaker, we can do this line of code. If W down equals true, then do whatever in here. So we can actually make this a lot easier for ourselves by doing if W down equals true, then we're going to do horizontal movement vertical movement. Give me a second. Vertical movement, sorry, hold on, my voice hurts. Okay. If W down vertical movement equal, we can reference our move speed. Remember we referenced this earlier on in our create event? Essentially, a variable is calling whatever, we set the variable here. A variable is just setting a number that we can get later in the actual script instead of having to retype it tons of times. So we can set if W down equals true, then set vertical movement to move speed. In the game, 5 pixels means up. So you're moving 5 pixels up. Negative, you can set a number to negative to move down. And left and right, it's positive going right, negative going left. So let me show you an example for S, which is down. So if S down equals true, then VM equals negative move speed. That turns it from a positive number to a negative number. And we can kind of do the exact same thing with A and D. Instead of changing VM with HM. Here and here. You can do what's it called? A is positive, so, no, sorry. We can set to D and then A. Now, that's great and all. We're actually setting numbers on our code. But we're still not moving at all. We're just setting two variables that mean nothing. So let's actually do that really quick. First, I'm going to set a comment. Movement handler red. I'm going to put red there because this is the movement for the red soul, since it can move in every direction. Yes. Okay, let me do one more thing. Movement variables. Any. So it tells me any soul I can get to call these. Next. Okay, let's actually set the speed. So we can do. So every object has two movement variables, X and Y. We can set these. Here's an example of setting one. X equals X plus HM. That means move X, current X position, plus our horizontal movement. And we can do the same for vertical movement. Instead of X, we're going to set it to Y, since X is going left and right, and Y is going up and down. So now, if we actually press play, you will see that we can move. I made W and A converted different. Okay, but we can move, which is perfect so far. A few things though, we can hold A and D at the same time, it doesn't stop moving, and we can leave the whole box. The box does nothing to stop us. So we'll fix the A and D, holding two keys together to stop moving completely, and then we'll fix collision for the box. closing. I actually typed this wrong. Give me a second. Turns out going, yeah, never mind. I'm actually also going to do this. You don't actually have to put true. The game automatically checks if A down is true. So I can just do if S down, then do that. Let me see, still works exactly the same. Now, another thing is, as you can see, going at an angle makes us significantly faster. I am actually not sure how to fix this yet. I will in the next video, though. But you can see moving at any angle, it makes us twice as, like, a lot quicker. With some trajectory thing, some physics I do not want to get into yet. So we're just going to do collision, and we're going to do the holding two keys together. Let's close that out. And here's all of our movement code. Set, move, variables, red. BBB is actually not here currently. Alright, so like we mentioned, we have the two variables, and let me walk you through what that's currently doing. First, we're checking to make sure if W is down, and if A is down, if S is down, and if D is down. And then we're setting our base variables for moving. Here is where we check to see if the key W is down, which is referenced here. If the key W is down, then set our vertical movement, which is up and down, to minus our move speed, which we referenced here, which means 5. And we do that for everything, and then down here, we can set our X, the X position of the object, to equal the same X position, but plus our horizontal movement. Cool. So now let's prevent that annoying thing where you can hold two keys at once, it doesn't stop you. Hold on. Set move variables. Handle key input. You don't have to put comments. These are from me to memorize, to know where to read and stuff. Okay, so with the handle key input here, we can do that. All right, bye. Thank you for coming. Okay, so with our key input here, we can go and do if W down, and you can type and, or you can type two and symbols and do the same thing. I'm just gonna use two ampersand symbols in that. So if the key W is down and S is down, then we're gonna set our vertical movement to 0. And we can do the same for A and D. If A is down and if D is down, set our horizontal movement to 0. Now we can see this in action by pressing play and holding A and D, and you can see we stop moving, and up and down, and you stop moving completely. Cool. So that's it. That's it for now for movement. I'm actually gonna set speed to 4. I feel like it's too fast right now. Test it again. That's a little better. Still pretty fast. All right, so we have all that done now. Next comes the trickier part. By the way, what are you gonna name your Undertale game when it's done? I believe it's Project Overwrite. Remember to always add box collision. Yep, that's what we'll be doing. But oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I think I do have to add collision. I'm unsure. We'll see. Oh, sorry, I meant to show your message. Sorry. Here, we can handle collision after we've done all these other checks. Here's what I mean. Handle collision. Red. So first we have to check if there's a free space. Hold on. So we're doing opposites. We're not going to be checking if there's an object in the way. We're going to be checking if there's a free space in the way. So first we're going to do if place free brackets and execute whatever in this code. Place free is a function that gives us two variables, x and y. So we can do x. We can put these two. That would check wherever we are currently if it's free. We don't want that because then you can get permanently stuck and it's not fun for anyone touching the borders of an object. So this is going to be the handle the collision for the handle vertical collision. So vertical is up and down. So we're going to do handle collision x, y plus vm. We're checking the y position plus whatever our vertical speed is. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. Okay. We're going to check y plus our whatever vertical speed is. And if the place is free, we want to execute what's ever in here. Now, if the place is free, that's telling us then, well, okay, well, there's a wall layer. So to fix this, we can do while this. So essentially, what while means, it's, wait, I think I screwed while up. Wait. Okay, no, I didn't. So while, whatever's it, while place free x, y plus sine vm, do what's ever in here. Let me explain to you what, wait. Did I screw it up again? Hold on. Okay, got that, expected. Did I put that somewhere? What the? I didn't put that. Oh, wait. No. Forgot to put another one. That should work. Yeah, okay. So while, actually, we're going to put, let me put this here. Let me explain to you what's happening right here. While is a function that will always loop it'll continuously loop until the function in here is met. So in our case, while place free x, y plus sine vm. Sine is a function to get a number if it's either positive, negative, or 0. So this is easier to check for negative numbers. So we can move 1 pixel in that direction. It's confusing. Let me explain it a little better. Essentially, we want to move our character to the edge of the wall if they get too close to the wall, instead of stopping them there, because that can look clunky sometimes. So to check place free, x, y, sine vm. Sine is, like I said, it returns a positive, negative, or 0, depending on the number. So if the number is 100, it's going to give you a positive 1. If the number is negative 87, it's going to give you a negative 1. And if the number is 0, it's going to give you 0. So with this information, we can continuously move the y position plus sine vm. We can continuously move 1 pixel in positive or negative until we reach the wall. I put a exclamation mark here because that takes whatever's in this line of code and makes it a negative number. So who are the monsters in the game you're making? So this game is actually going to be a 1v1 against a person and the human with a controller. I also would like to add some kind of multiplayer in the future, but we'll see about that. But the monsters could be any AU character you want, I guess. Which is going to be nice. So with this collision check, we can see it's going to continuously move us in the direction of VM. And then after it finds, hold on, let me explain this a little more. So, like I said, it continuously moves 1 pixel in whatever the direction is we're currently moving. And then after we're done, we've hit the wall, we're going to set our movement to 0 for vertical. Let me quickly play test that and show you what that does. So as you can see, I can't move up or down. Hold on. I think while placed is not, okay, wait. Let's try this. I'm used to doing collision normally. That's not it either. Okay, so while the place is free for, well, if the place is, hold on, I think I just turned collision off. On Soul solid. No, I need to turn the box solid. Play. Let's try this now. Okay, yeah, that's better. But we get stuck in the, okay. Okay, better. Let me show you. I think it crashed. How do you force quit pickaxe?
You can. Unless it's you actually. Oh, the bottom bar?
This?
To the right. Nope. To the right. On the app you've opened, and then you just close it. Close all windows.
It's not working.
Oh, well then I have no idea. Alt F4. Alt F4.
No.
That's how you close it.
That's gonna terminate the. Oh yeah. Alt. Please work.
Just broke it, SMH.
This is being made in C++. This is being made in. This is being made in GML. GameMaker.
Here, just
GameMaker
look
Studio
up
language.
how you force close.
Can you do that for me?
Wait, you do it.
I'm here to say hi and now I go. Well, thank you for coming. So how do you make this whole to not go outside the box? We are doing that now, actually.
Here, you do it too.
But it crashed. Let me just quickly. So is this your own language? It is not. It is made by GameMaker Studio 2 or Yo-Yo Games. Let me figure out how to force close something on Windows. Task Manager. This is my first time using Windows, by the way. How to pick X? What's Task Manager? Task Manager. GameMaker. What's this?
And you press end task.
Yeah.
So end. Oh. There we
Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. We got it. I have no idea how to use Windows 11. Same. So the reason it just crashed like that is because we were continuously stuck in an infinite loop of it being frozen. Because the game, we were above something and there's no way to stop us from moving, so it's gonna freeze there forever, which is not normally good. Let me look at this more. If place is free, plus vertical movement. So while place is free. While place free. While place is. What about while place is not free? While place is not free. Sign HM. Yeah, that should be it. You know, I actually. Yeah, as you guys can see, we're trying to move out. Nothing is happening, but the collision's a little off. Right? That's a little sus. I'll show you guys how to fix that too. So as you can see, we can't move up. I'm trying to move up. Nothing's happening. I'm not going to go out again because that will crash my game. So that's done with vertical collision. Let's set horizontal collision now. That way we won't get stuck in an infinite loop of pain and misery. Handle horizontal collision. So with place free X, Y, instead of Y being the main target of this, we're going to do plus X, HM. So instead of checking Y, VM, we're going to check X, HM. Same with everything here. Replace all the Y's with X. I have no idea how to code. Oh, don't worry. It's all good. I mean, I'm trying to make this as like entertaining as possible. I don't know if that's probably not working at all, but we'll see. Horizontal movement. Basically, right now I'm replacing all the Y's with X's in these specific spots, and I'm basically making this work with X instead of Y. So there we go. That is X. So instead of Y, instead of checking our horizontal movement on the Y axis, we're checking the X horizontal on the. We're just checking the X position on the X axis, and then while the place is not free for X, I just already ran you through that. I'm not going to go through it again. Haha. So if I press play, this should work. We have the vertical collision and we have the horizontal collision. Woo! Now it's working. But as you can see, we're kind of outside the box. I don't really know how reliable that is in a game. So we're gonna fix that now. So we have our box. We can go back to our sprite, and we can go back to our collision mask. Collision masking is a way to handle like collision for any object. So I'm actually gonna make the collision mask the very border of this, just like that. And then with our soul, I'm also gonna handle the mess with the collision mask a little bit. This is our soul object. Oh, not that. How do I zoom in again? Okay. We're gonna zoom. We're gonna actually just crop this down a little bit because in the actual Undertale, the soul collision box is really small. It Doesn't make much sense. So there we go. There's your new collision mask. Actually, if I push play, I kind of know how to code. I have 0 experience coding. Same. It takes some time to get used to, but it's fun. If I push play now, it's a little better. It's still not very good. We're still outside of the box, which is not very good. So instead, I'm gonna make this actually a little smaller. There we go. And I'm going back to our battle box. I'm gonna make this a lot smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now it's a lot smaller collision box wise. Going corner. There we go. That is so much better. Not there though. Or there. Only it seems it's better only up here. But it's still, I think I can fix that easily by doing like going to a collision box and just shrinking this a little bit more than the other two sides. Running it again. Going back down. Yeah, it's better. But now we have collision. Now the soul can't really leave anymore. It's kind of stuck there in the box with nothing to do. Hold on. Stuck there. I'm just trying to get this perfect. Okay, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Stuck there. Now, as you can see, we can now resize this box to any shape we want. So if I were to do that, you should now see that I can go all the way here, and collision still, it messes up there. Why? But we have collision, which is exactly what we need for this. I'm going to close all this. I'm actually going to make it automatic. Run it. This should be better. So now it's doing this thing again. We will figure that out next time, I believe. But see, I've already made a game like this, but I'm not sure why it's happening like this time. So we'll see. But we have a box, and I think we're going to do an attack next time. And before I end this, I want to do text on the screen. I'd like to make some kind of timer to say how long you've been alive for. Because that's really fun. So yes, that is it for collision. That's handling collision. That's handling 9 slicing. I will go check my old game and figure out why it's not doing what I want it to. Because this is like pretty much the exact same code I've used for it forever and ever. And I'm actually going to turn this all on. Wait, actually no, I'm not, because that's going to break it, right? Of course you guys are making the Undertale game kind of gamer. Yes, Undertale. We love it with passion. So yeah. I think the reason it's not like doing too hot is because the battle box size is off. I can think of one solution. The solution would be to kind of paint like a. Let me show you what I mean. Painting a second layer, just making a black box outside of the white box, and then the black box in the. That doesn't make any sense, but I'll show you what I mean. So if I'm going to do this, I'm making the second box. Go to the fill tool and remove this layer. If I push play, this should be a lot better. Undertale is still great. I can agree with that. Undertale's amazing. And the collision still is, it's worse actually. Okay. This is good for now, I believe. We have a box, we have a soul. I'm just gonna make it red. I know I said I'd do it in script, but we'll just make it red here. For the, for the title. So cool, we have a soul. Or soon addicting to this game called Demon Fall. I'll have to look at that. Sounds fun. Yes. So we're gonna be doing I want to do like a little timer at the bottom corner here. For that, I'm gonna make a new object, but this time without a sprite, so it's invisible in the end. Creating a sprite, I'm gonna call it SPR menu handler. I created a sprite. I meant to create a object. Sorry. Object. OBJ menu handler. This will kind of control all of our UI on the screen at a time. So I can create this. I'm just going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to put it in this top corner here, out of just like here. So this will not show up in the actual game. Like if I run it right now, you can see there's nothing there. So that is a plus. That is what is good. We don't want anything to be there since it's going to draw stuff on the screen. So to create any kind of text, we're going to use some kind of font first. Or you can use the default font, which it's not very good. I recommend using your own font. Downloaded it. Sorry. So you can actually go to the fonts tab and then go down to font. Click create, click font, and I'm going to name this screen font. I'm going to name it, actually no, I'm going to name it game font. From here I can select whatever font I want. This font is called Determination. Obviously, it's from Undertale, so this is going to be good. Let me find it. If it's not here, I'm going to have to restart it. That is not the right font. Where is it? Wingdings. Yo, there's Gaster speaking here. I didn't know that. Let's see. Doesn't look like Determination's on here yet. Okay, I'm actually going to reset GameMaker. Make sure to save. Saving is like the most important thing you can do for a game. I'm going to exit. I have saved. Stream tab. Let's open up GameMaker, and it's on my main page. Close it. Where is it? GameMaker, where are you? AU. Yes. What editing software do you use? Hello, Brylan. Pickaxe, what editing software do we use?
iMovie.
We use iMovie. It is a Mac thing. GameMaker, could you open, please? There we go. So cool. My iMovie sucks then. What do you mean it sucks? Oh crap, these tabs are large. So going back to our game font, our new font should be here. If I go back to D, I added it. Yep, here we go. Determination Mono Web and Determination Sans Web. I'm using Sans because I like it a lot. Mono is basically just it's spaced out a lot more. Determination is closer. Actually, you know what? We'll do Mono. No, I lied. We'll be doing Determination Sans. So yes, Determination Sans. We can go back to our menu handler here and open up a draw event. A draw event is drawing anything that happens on our screen currently. It's separate from instances and objects. It's something, it doesn't have like you can't mess with it really on game. I mean, you can, but no, I don't know. Okay. It's just like the step event, this draw event will happen every 60 every frame. So first we're going to set our font. So we're going to do draw, set, I think it's set, font, yeah, font. And we're going to set our font, so game font. There we go. So anything we draw text-wise will be this font. And before I do anything else, I'm actually going to make another create event. I'm going to set this to round time equals 0. So that means our current round time is going to equal 0. Actually, no, we're going to set round seconds, round minutes equals 0, and add cycle equals 0. Let me explain what this all does. So add cycle is essentially, so I can't do just wait. Like, so in most other engines, there's some kind of wait function, like wait time something, or like task.wait. Nothing like that on GameMaker. Instead, you have to do steps. Every step's to like add one value. So if I were to go to my add cycle, so I'm going to do add cycle plus equals 1. This is another way of, this is the exact same thing as doing add cycle equals add cycle plus 1. Same thing as doing, they're both the exact same methods. So I'm just gonna use the quicker one because it's a lot easier. Wait, it's so easy to use. It is quite easy to use, actually. Yeah. So from my ad cycle, I'm gonna do if ad cycle equals if it equals 60 or game frames. I throw there's like a way to get frame. FPS. There's some kind of way to get FPS. Max FPS. Yes. I swear there's some kind of way to get FPS. Game speed FPS. I'll just use 60 because it's essentially just 1 minute, 1 second. I'll figure it here. Wait, give me a second. Get FPS. I'm a noob at this, by the way. I use F. One. So there's a method called F. I think there's FPS real. Yeah. Okay. So FPS real gets your current FPS count. Cool. Exactly what we need. Okay, if the ad cycle equals, if it's higher, sorry, I can do this. If the current ad cycle is higher than FPS real, imagine you finish making your game and there's a virus. You have to reset the whole thing and you need to redo it. Yeah, that's why a lot of people have backups for games like that. Like any kind of official game, multiple people will have it on their computer in case something does happen to the first original copy. But yeah, that it has happened to one of my games. It sucks. So yes, with FPS real, we can see if our current ad cycle is higher than 1 second. And every frame we can add 1 to our ad cycle. So then we know whenever our FPS gets, whenever every second, whatever's in this code will run. Yeah, so let me actually do this. Put the ad cycle and then else. Else basically means if the first. Else is a function to call, where it means if this, whatever's here is false, return whatever's here. So I'm going to do if ad cycle equals that, I'm going to do make ad cycle equal 0. So basically every 60 seconds refresh ad cycle so we can continuously get every second. So I'm going to test that really quick. Show debug message. Second. So now, if I push play, you guys will see in the bottom here how every second or not. Let me see that. I'm actually gonna change this just to 60 and see if that works any better. Because this is just a basic loop. Second, 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 second. Cool. So as you can see, every second is printing a new second variable. So instead of doing that, we can do second round seconds plus equals 1. Now we have this. It's going to add a second every time we do it. So just setting this up is not going to do anything for the actual game. It'll count the seconds in the round, but it's not. That's it. It's not going to do anything else. To do something else, we can do this. If round seconds is higher or equal to 60, if higher than 60, then do this. Then we're going to set the round seconds to 0, and we're going to set the round minutes to plus equals 1. Cool. So this is every 60 seconds. It's going to set it to a minute, and set the text to 0. I made first video in 6 years on YouTube. It's editing. Please, tomorrow will be the premiere. Third triplets, my comfort streamer. Thank you, Bradlin. Appreciated. Yay. So with this done, with round seconds done, it's going to print out what second it's on. So let me test that. Show message round seconds, and I'm also going to print the round minutes. around minutes. Running this will, what will it do after 2 minutes? It will, crap. No. Okay, it's show debug message, not show message, because that makes it appear on screen. What will it do after 2 minutes? It should have a little counter at the bottom corner when I'm done with this. So if I do show message, at the bottom here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way up to 60 seconds, and it'll change it to a minute. So that's cool and all. We have a counter. Woohoo! But I wanted to display on screen. I wanted to display right below the little text box here. So like right there. Actually, I'm going to make this a little smaller because it's quite big. So yes. Cool. So we have a little text box. We've got a character, and we don't have a timer. That's why we have the draw set font. This sets whatever we want to draw into that font. So let me show you what I mean. We could use draw text. This is where we can do X, Y, and whatever message we want. How does this work again? I don't remember how the GameMaker. I don't remember how they like how they get settings. Hold on. Round seconds. I don't remember how they get seconds. So basically, I can't just do round seconds. It's gonna. I mean, it'll work. Like, watch. So I'm setting it at the current X. So as you can see up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have a counter, but that's not where I want it to be at all. So, we're gonna do something else first. And I also would like it to be, as you can see, there's one number whenever counting from 1 to 10. I would like it to be 2 numbers at all times. So like adding a 0 in front of the 1. To make it 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. And when it's at 10, just 10, 11, 12. So to do that, we're going to do var counter text equals string. Let me figure out how to enter how to get text, add text to string. I don't remember. I did this a long time ago. I don't remember how to do it now. Let me see. Oh, okay. That's how. Okay, I remember now. All right. Instead of doing this, you can do. First, let me check. If string length. Where is it? String length of this. 1. If our counter text equals 1. Actually, hold on, no. If round seconds equals 1, I'm going to make counter text. Counter text is going to equal. So I want it to look like something like this. This is what I want the final result to look like. Like minute, second. Wait, no, wait. Is that it? Like that. Wait, what? 34. This would be minute. Okay. So I want minutes to be there, and I want seconds to be here. So I'm going to replace my draw text with counter text, and I'm going to replace scripting is fun if you know how to. Yeah, it is. It's so much fun. Because from here, I can make whatever I want. Like, virtually anything I want. And it's a fun skill to have. You learn a lot. And anyone can learn scripting. Like, it's not something you have to have a skill for. It's not something that, I don't understand it. I can't understand it myself. Anyone can learn it. It's not that bad. So let me put a little reminder of what I want this to look like. So I'm going to do 0, 1, 20. This number will be 1. The first number is going to be minutes. This one's going to be seconds. So we can check if the string length of round seconds is 1, then we're going to set our counter text. Oh wait, no. If string length is 1 and string length, I have caps on. How did that happen? String, where is it? and the string length of minutes. Round minutes. And round minutes equals 1. We're checking if the string length of seconds is 1 and the string length of minutes is 1. I just don't understand. Oh, yes. Not how to remind you. Exactly, Lua. I agree with you. So now let's set the actual text. If the string length of round seconds, basically if there's 1 digit to round seconds and there's 1 digit to round minutes, we're gonna make a new text. So if we're gonna make the text 0 plus round seconds plus string plus string 0 plus round minutes. This creates a new text of it basically makes it 0. So if seconds was 1 and minutes was 3, it'd be 0 1 0 3. I should be able to show this to you actually. Push and play or not. Let me check why that was wrong. Let me go to Google. Oh, it's because I'm dumb. Okay, so I forgot you can't combine string. Let me show you what this does. So if I put this here, string, and then whatever number, that essentially means I'm changing round seconds into a string. So I can't combine a number and a string in one text. I've got to change it to everything's a string. Hopefully that makes sense. So I can change round seconds and round minutes to string. This should work, please. Say I did something right. Yes. See in the top corner. That is not what I was going for at all. Well, it's working, but... And it stops. Okay, so I meant that this to be the minutes and this to be the seconds. Round minutes. Now if we push play, it should look a lot nicer. There you go. Now it's counting down from counting up. So that's why, yeah, it wasn't a string. Yeah, yeah, it's because I forgot about strings. So else. So there's another statement we can actually do for else instead of just else. We can do else if. Essentially, I'm sorry, we can do else space if. And then we can run another section of code if the first string failed. We can do a second check here. So yeah, so let's do that. So if string length is 1, let me just copy this first line. Else if round seconds is 1 and round minutes is not 1. So instead of actually we can just do and exclamation mark. Exclamation mark makes whatever's here like not. If it's not, it adds. So like let me try and think of an example. If minutes is 1, or if minutes is not 1, it's essentially reversing it. Hopefully that makes sense. So this would mean our text is going to equal. Now I can promise you there are easier ways of doing this. It's just my way. It's all fun games until you need to code. Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's fun to code, if you know how to, of course. So if the round seconds is 1 and minutes is not 1. So we're just going to we're going to take out the 0 for minutes. There you go. So that should work as well. I'm actually going to copy this one more time. And this time I'm going to make if seconds is 0 and minutes is not 0. So I'm going to take this out of here. And I'm going to put this back in. So let me space this out. This is starting to get confusing. The first check we do is if both numbers are one digit. The second check is if just seconds is 1 digit. And the third check is to see if just minutes is 1 digit. So if we push now, we can also I'm going to put one more else. This narrows it down to if both numbers are just digits. If both numbers are bigger than 2 digits. So we could just do string seconds plus string minutes, like this. Now let's push play and actually see this work. So if I push run here, you can see in the top corner. Sorry, it's really small. We'll adjust sizes and stuff. Top corner 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can see it adds on to that, but why is minutes like that? So that's to that. So what if? So if seconds is 1, and minutes is not 1. Also, if seconds is not 1, and string is 1. I'm confusing myself, aren't I? So it happened when it hit 10. So that means only seconds was long. Only seconds was long. So I'm going to make... What if I just swap this? Wait, so no. If both integers are 1, input. I'll fix it in a second. But as you can see, I don't want it up here. I really don't want it there. So instead, I'm going to be... Let me delete this and put it back here on this layer. So I really don't want the text to be displayed up there. So instead, I'm going to have it displayed right here. So as you can see right here, this tells me where my mouse cursor is and what the position is for it in the actual space here. So let's just put the spot like here. And that the spot is 589. I'm just going to round it up to 590 and 601. So 590, 601. So that means I'm going to put the X for this to 590, 590, and 600. Running this should now work. There you go. You see there, it's there. It works, but it's slightly off center. Let me show you how to fix that. So up here with our draw set font, you can do draw v set h align to center, I think. FA center. Yep. Okay. So this is setting the horizontal. So basically, every time a text is drawn, it sets it to the the top left corner of any kind of text. These two lines of code will center that point to the center of the text. Running this again will look better. As you can see, it's now in the direct middle, which is exactly what we want. Bye, low quality. Thank you for coming. So as you guys saw, it's actually kind of tiny, so we're going to do another line of code. Draw text ext. Let me tell you what this does. So draw set text is the same. It has the first 3 variables as that first line, as the first draw set. But it has a few new ones. It has separation and width, I believe. So I'm going to make separation in like 0 and the width 2, I think. Wait, is that the right thing? I'm not sure if I'm... Okay, nope. It's not that. But I was saying... Oh, you're saying by the purple. Oh, by purple. Draw set. Where is it? Draw... Sorry, where is it? I'm trying to figure out what I did. Draw text. Which one has width? Text X transformed. Here we go. Perfect. So first 2 variables, separation, I'm just going to do, I believe 1 is good. W, I don't know, I'm just going to do 1. X scale, this is what we want. We want 2, 2, angle, 0. Now, I'll explain what that is if this works. Please work, please work. Nope. 0, it says this 0. If this doesn't work, I'll just Google why. Okay, give me a second. Let me figure out what these two mean. Draw set, draw text, ext transformed, gms2. Let me see here. Okay. Maximum width of pixel string for a line break. Ah, that's why it didn't work. On 10. Okay, so with this separation, so line break, I'm gonna do 99999. So I'm gonna change this to 10. This should now work. And since there you go. As you can see, it's a lot bigger, which is exactly what we want. Let's see. Going back, let me make sure. So don't know why it stops with that. If does that one's 10. So if seconds, if the round seconds is not 1, and it is that. Instead of doing else if statements, I'm just gonna make them normal if statements. For this, I'm gonna make them both like this. String like this, like that, and string like this, that. Okay, so this is setting the positions and what text it wants to display. This is the separation in each digit or text, and this is how far it goes before the line breaks. Like, so how many pixels it goes in whatever direction before it goes down the line. Then we have the X scale and the Y scale of an image. So that's essentially stretching it out by 2%. 1 is default. And the angle. So if I set this to like 45, you can see what I mean. Play, if that's at 45. And it's kind of slanted a little bit. Let me go back to chat. Sorry, chat. Oh, I closed out chat. Hold on. YouTube. And it stopped displaying. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so it stopped displaying, which makes me a little concerned. So string length, if string length instead of, actually, let me make this a little simpler. Counter second and counter min. So this I can separately determine variables. So instead of counter dot min plus counter second. Okay. This is essentially the same thing up here, but it's getting these two texts instead of up here. So instead we can do if round seconds equals, let me show you what we can do now. Put all this. If the round seconds is one digit, we're gonna make well, let me just put this here for a second. If the length of a digit is 1, we're gonna set counter second to equal 0 plus round seconds. And if it's not, we're gonna set it just to round seconds. So this should work just by itself. Let me show you what oh, it's not gonna work because I forgot to put it as a string. String. Put it here too, since GameMaker is gonna scream at me. Alright, as you can see, 1, 2. Now it works with the same digit, but it's actually only one line instead. I should have done this to begin with. But I just do 9, there's a 10, it's 2 digits. Perfect. That's what we want. Now, I can do the exact same thing for minutes by just copying this and pasting it. So if string length round minutes, I just copy this here and here. Counter min equals 0. Counter second. This should work now without errors. So let me fix the stupid rotation. Okay, 0. Let's try it again. 0, go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes all the way up to 60. Let's actually leave it for 60 and see what happens. It's 9, 10. As you can see, it goes up, and both numbers still stay the same. Perfect. That's exactly what we want for this. Well, we're going to let it go to 60 and see what happens from there. Okay, so it's at 30, 31, 32, 33. If your game has, if you can set a specific FPS count, make sure it's like it's exactly like FPS count, because otherwise it's gonna count like 3 seconds in the mad one. I'll search what exact. Hold on, let me figure out what exact FPS is. 10 seconds. Okay, so 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and then it goes to 1. Actually, it should just be at 59 to 1. So as you can see, it's counting again, and we have 1. Perfect! Now, I don't want this to save every time, because this just like tells you how long you survived. Okay. I'm actually gonna make this, where is it? 6 equal to 60. Let me see. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see. I think we could just do FPS, not in caps lock. That should work. If add cycle is higher than it's equal to SPS. Why did it just skyrocket to 39? What? Play that again. What the? That's clearly not right. Give me a second. Oh, I think it's instead of FPS, I think it's just game speed. Game speed FPS. Let's try that. That sounds like it works. No, it's not. That's a good way to show it works though. As you see, it goes to 10 and it should go back. How's it going? It's going good. And don't make games easy to decompile. Well, for people to steal the code. I don't really care if people steal the code. I guess it is annoying, but I mean, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to do it. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at 60 for now. And I feel like that's pretty much it. That should be it for today's video. I mean, stream. We had a point. Next time we'll be handling. I will bug fix the collision and tell you why that's not working and why it's a little off, I guess. There, I made the text also a little bigger. So, yep. So that's it for today's stream. Thank you all for coming. If you did like this, please subscribe. Thank you. If you have any suggestions on what I should do next, let me know. We have a Discord server, which is on our channel page, I believe. But thank you for coming. I will see you guys next time. Farewell. Thank you all for coming.